will start off with Tim Reynolds from the Associated Press. Tim?
Thanks, Alex. Hey, Tyler.
How's it going?
Good, thanks. How you doing?
Good.
Tyler, when you're playing a team like last week that beat you last year, the extra motivation is obvious. When you're playing a team this week that you beat by 57 last year, the outside is going to say what it's going to say. How important is it this week to rely on the leadership that you guys have talked about all summer? And how businesslike have you seen, the team the last couple of days as they go into this one?
Yeah, we have to practice like professionals. Like we said in the summer, ACC media day, all the media days we had, we got to take it one day at a time, one practice at a time, one game at a time. So we're moved on from the A&M game. Obviously, big win for us in the program, but we got to move on from it. We got Bethune-Cookman this week, and we just got to take it one game at a time and not look too far in advance.
One quick follow-up. Everybody always talks about the challenge of a short week. Other than the obvious, 2 less days to prepare, what really changes for you guys? Thank you.
Yeah, obviously short week. We're just gonna, play how we always play. Play like it's our last game. Obviously the week has changed with our practice schedule and the way our schedule works, but we're just gonna go in this game, play as hard as we can. Execute at a high level, and just play a great game altogether.
Go to Matt Shodell from Kane Sport. Matt?
Oh, hey, Tyler. I just want to get your take. Now you've had sort of time to really reflect on it. The offensive line, I think Coach Dawson said yesterday it was the best he's ever seen. You see it from a different angle than Coach Dawson. You're right behind them. How good were those guys, and how different is it from last year? The guys up front and how they're playing.
Yeah, I don't want to compare some guys to some guys. Obviously, there was good moments last year. Obviously, there was some bad last year. But yeah, those guys played a hell of a game. We kept me clean all night, allowed me to be precise and accurate throwing the ball. I think all the credit goes to them when it comes to my stats. They just did a great job the entire night, keeping me clean and allowing me to get the ball off on time.
Go to David Hale from ESPN.com. David?
Hey, Tyler, I know you talked a good bit this offseason about trying to get the deep ball back more into the repertoire than it was last year. Looking at the numbers, it's probably not – you've thrown it a ton more, but you've had more success. And the other aspect that really jumped out to me is it looks like your receivers, you're getting them in space, and they're getting a lot more yards after the catch as well. Can you just kind of explain how sort of that big play threat has evolved this year and how it might look a little different from last year?
I have 100% trust in every single one of the receivers that go out there. You guys can see the deep threat we have. Anybody on the team in the receiver room can do that. Not only Zay, not only Jacoby. We haven't even hit a deep one to Kobe Young yet. Tyler Harrell has capability to do that. So many other guys. So I trust all those guys in the receiver room, and then obviously the yards after catches was extraordinary on Saturday. X, Jacoby, Colby. Hats goes out to them for making people miss in space and doing what they do best.
Go to Adam Lichtenstein from the Sun Sentinel. Adam?
Hey, Tyler. Congrats on being named the conference quarterback of the week this week. I guess now that you've played in Coach Dawson's offense now for 2 games, just what about it really appeals to you? What do you like the most about it?
I think he calls plays, in the perfect moments. He knows when to take shots in situations. Right across the 50. I like his aggressiveness later in the game on that third down, calling that shot to Jacoby. I just like the aggressive play calls. You never want to get too comfortable back there, hand the ball off, and try to run the clock out, and then end up getting 3 and out, putting the ball away, and then A&M was kind of getting a groove a little bit on offense. Throwing the ball every play, and it was tough on our defense a little bit. Obviously, the defense did a great job of holding them. But yeah, I like the aggressiveness in the play calling by him, just to kind of ice the game a little bit.
Go to Marcus Benjamin from Keynes County. Marcus?
Hey, Tyler, just looking back at the film from the Texas A&M game, obviously you had a great game, but what are some of the areas that you saw on tape that you want to improve on going into this Bethune game?
Yeah, I mean, obviously execute at the highest levels possible. Obviously, you're not going to be perfect. I missed a couple reads on that strip sack I had. I could have threw the ball to Ray Ray on the corner. He was open there. Just try to execute at the highest levels possible and just be as consistent as possible. I mean, every week my goal is for my completion percentage to be over 70%. And to do that, you got to be consistent. So, yeah, just honestly be consistent in my reads.
Brian London. Brian.
Hey, Tyler. Anytime a team gets a new coordinator, a new play caller, and a bunch of new players, there can be some confusion. There can be some ups and downs in that communication process. But it seems like through 2 games, from how the plays are getting in to you guys huddling up to you guys communicating along the line, it's gone relatively smoothly. Do you agree with that? And how has that come together so well so early in the season?
I mean, yeah, it's not only the 2 games that we practice all the signaling and huddle stuff. I mean, we've been practicing that for the whole off season, fall camp. There was one moment in the game where we kind of had a miscommunication and we had to take a delay game. It was, I think, on that 2-minute drive before halftime. But other than that, everything was so smooth. Our communication improved from the first game to the second game in terms of getting the plays in fast and me commuting to the offense. I don't believe we had any false starts on Saturday. Maybe, I don't know. I forgot. But compared to the first game, we had like 5. So, yeah, it was good, just communication wise. And just to have that in the second game was really good going into the rest of the season.
Go to Bruce Feldman from The Athletic. Bruce.
What did Shannon say to you before you went out on the field? You guys are up basically 1 score, and it's like 4 minutes left in the game, and they had just scored. What did he say to you before then? And what do you remember about the play, the moment right before the touchdown pass where you guys went for it and hit the long touchdown to end the game?
I mean, he told the entire offense that we got to score again. We got to get a comfortable lead. We don't want to be put in that uncomfortable position where we're only up 8 points and they have the ball and all the pressure's on the defense. So we got to help the defense out a little bit and score just to get a comfortable lead for them. And yeah, I like the aggressive play call that he called on that play to Jacoby. And he's going to continue to do that. I trust in him and he trusts in me. So everything's going smoothly with that.
Thanks.
All right, Tyler. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, guys.